Hi, welcome back to our channel, Investigating Film for Dummies. I'm the dummy, Genevieve, in Carlsbad, California. And
I'm
this is my brother.
Gary Waters in Chiang Mai, Thailand.
And today we're going to be talking about Bullet Train with one of my favorites, Brad Pitt. I always knew he was going to be a star. I knew it from watching, what was that, Thelma and Louise. I mean, he was going to be a star. I don't know if that was one of his first movies. I have to look back. But yeah. And here he is, however many years later. So I actually loved the movie. I think because I had talked to you for a minute about it, saying that it didn't really have maybe like a message or wasn't anything very deep. I just thought it was a fun ride. I really liked it.
It was a fun ride. I actually watched it twice in IMAX. So it was very intense and funny. There's comedic moments. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the Deadpool 2 guy who the director, which I cannot remember his name. It was Brad Pitt's original stunt double from Fight Club.
Oh,
So
cool.
so he started out as a stunt double, and like there's been like Hal Needham from the old days, from the 70s, was a stunt guy who I think he went on to do Smokey and the Bandit with Burt Reynolds and a bunch of other movies as a director. So it's not unheard of that a stuntman would go into directing, because they know how to do all that stunt stuff, right? So these action films are perfect for those kind of guys. And evidently, this is the next step of this guy's big career, I guess. So I guess
Yeah.
he hit the mother load when he became Brad Pitt's stunt double, and I guess they went on and did quite a few movies together, including Troy. And Brad Pitt said that all that good stuff, all that hopping around that he does in the movie Troy is actually done by his stunt double, who's the director of Bullet Train.
Cool. Well, it's interesting you say that because I did think that part of the making of this film, or maybe the thought behind it, was really for Brad to be able to have fun just doing all these cool stunt. I don't know if he actually did stunts, but doing these fun, like physical, uh, I don't know, I thought of it as choreography. It's like choreography in the movie. So I thought that's why I really liked it.
Right,
Just
right. Heavily influenced by Jackie Chan, according to the
yeah.
director, because they said they used to just take all the outtakes from Jackie Chan movies, and then the stuntmen, eh, and then they would just, and this is not just for this movie, but for many other movies that I guess they've worked on. They said they would just sit and watch the Jackie Chan outtakes for hours on end to see how he put all his stunts together, because Jackie
Yeah.
Chan has no stunt doubles. That's why he gets hurt all the time. Whereas Brad Pitt, which begs the question, who was Brad Pitt's stunt double in this movie? Because
Okay.
I've watched several interviews, and they haven't said anything about that. Maybe I missed that interview.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, but a lot of the scenes, the camera's directly on his face, on Brad Pitt's face, so he's
Yeah.
it's like to be taking the brunt of a lot of the action. So, well done. When it came, it's basically based on a Japanese novel, which was all Japanese characters. And so there's been a little bit of the woke movement's been a little upset because they've made a lot of the characters. I guess in this case, I think they made them international more so, right? They had the
What do you mean?
British. Well, they had the British hitmen. They had the
Oh,
Spanish or the Mexican hitman.
yeah.
They had the American hitman. They had the Japanese hitman. So there was an international group of hitmen rather than just all a bunch of Japanese hitmen, which was,
Got it.
oh, and then they had of course, the Russian mob boss, and
Mm.
with Michael Shannon, of course, doing another amazing job. He's
Yeah.
a fabulous actor, right? And
Mhm.
but it's like a game, according to, it was like the novel is, it's a game of musical chairs. they're
Mhm.
just moving around the train. Um, you know, where's the suitcase? Where's the, not to give away any spoilers.
Yeah.
And it had
I
something. Okay, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I said, and it had something to do with family also. I mean, family was a big deal, which I thought about a lot. Everybody had a family. I mean, even the British guys had a family. You saw your backstory. You saw the backstory of the mob boss, of course. This whole thing is related to his family. You saw the backstory of the Japanese guy, which is heavily involved in the story. But then poor Brad Pitt and the Hornet. Remember the Hornet and the big baby dress, or the whatever that Japanese character is. You don't really learn much about their family, if any
No.
at all. You don't really. Brad Pitt is just an operative who his family is his business, I guess, and
Yeah.
the Sandra Bullock character. So if you
You know,
think
it's
about that,
interesting
yeah,
is, well, usually when you don't have that backstory, you don't care about the what the role, the character or whatever. But I really cared about him. I wanted him
yeah,
to.
yeah, and I
How
think
is
it's
that? Because he's a great actor? I don't know.
no, because I think the one thing was they made him empathetic because he was a guy who works in a very dangerous business and is all about violence, who doesn't want to be violent anymore. He's trying to find himself. He's gone to therapy. He's trying to learn his inner peace and become more serene with the world and try to, like, he's trying to navigate a world of killers by trying to be nice to them. which is which is comedic in its own way, right? I mean, you continue on with a theme like that because it is kind of funny, right? That he's
Yeah.
trying to work his own stuff out with all these killers around him. Yeah.
Yeah. He was never, I thought it was, obviously it's not real. You have to definitely suspend your disbelief. But I mean, people on the train weren't noticing too much, all the blood everywhere. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
noticed that there were dead
Yes, yeah,
people
yeah.
and blood and fighting.
You really had
So
to have
it's kind of cute.
a suspensions of disbelief. It was more like in the vein of I can't remember the kind of those old time comedies, just silly not pretty
Yeah.
much slapstick. It's the Jackie Chan school of his part slapstick, part real time, like realistic type violence thrown
Yeah.
mixed together, right? So
And that's why I thought it was more just a fun ride, because obviously the other people around them weren't even noticing all of this violence happening around them. So it's definitely unrealistic, but
right, especially like the one with me was the funny little library lady who kept going shh.
right.
Like, who the hell is she? I wanted to
Yeah,
learn more about her. Like, I thought maybe she turned into be a hit person too, right?
yeah,
And
me
like
too.
the scariest of them all, which is my
Mm-hmm.
right, but that didn't happen. And the girl was it wasn't like a real I think they revealed the girl a little bit too soon, but of course they didn't reveal who she was to the very end,
Right. Yeah.
you know. Yeah. And she
She
was
was
kind
great
of
though.
she was scary, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not real familiar with that actress, but I think I've seen her somewhere.
She has huge eyes. God.
Yeah, huge eyes. So anyway, I think that's my take on Bullet Train. I don't know if you have anything else to add
Well, I liked
or ask.
Lemon, and was it Tangerine? I was a
Oh,
little sad
Limited
that he,
Ten. Yeah, yeah, he was
yeah.
fantastic. He was in Kick-Ass or something. They were asking about what things do you keep. This is an interview I watched. What things do you keep from your movies? And I can't remember what Brad Pitt said. He said he kept something from some famous movie. And then they got to that guy, and he said he kept stuff from Kick-Ass. And I go,
Hmm.
oh, was he in Kick-Ass? Was he the Kick-Ass guy, the actor
I
who
don't know.
played? I can't remember. I have to go back and look at that movie again, which I didn't have time to do. So
I do want you to comment a little bit on how they filmed it, because you said they filmed it in a studio. Is that right?
yeah, they filmed it in Culver City, right down the road from you,
Oh,
and at Sony. pictures, and they have a big studio there, and it was all done, man, as they said, Mandalorian style. It was just even the director said, I think he said Mandalorian style, where he's in the studio and everything's done CGI, and the outside is just all. They said that Brad Pitt said they're getting seasick because they're shooting stuff past the window, so it looks like they're actually moving, but they're not really moving. But it said that actors are getting a little seasick from it because they felt like they were moving, right?
How fun though.
And they had like 3 train cars, they said, and they just kept redressing them to make it for whatever car they were in. So it was all totally shot in the studio, complete studio, shot during COVID, a complete studio picture. And yeah.
Are there bullet trains? Was it in Japan?
In Japan, oh yeah, Japan is famous for their bullet trains.
Wow.
Yeah, I wish they had them in America or even in Thailand. They keep talking about putting one here from China to Chinese put one here to Bangkok, or from China to Bangkok, but hasn't happened yet. Kind of like what California is talking about, right? Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But the Japanese have had them for years, and they just.
Have you been on one?
Never. Well, I've only been to Tokyo, so I haven't really gone anywhere. So if I ever go visit your brother, who's working on Godzilla right now, Kurt Russell's in it. Now we're digressing big time, but Kurt Russell and his son are starring in Godzilla, which my brother, who's a sound man, is working on in Japan right now. Our brother, yeah, who will go unnamed at this point.
So again, I enjoyed it. Thought it was a great movie. My 16-year-old son, all my boys went and saw it, but I saw it with my 16-year-old today, and he thought it was a little boring in the beginning, but he liked it okay. I liked it more than he did.
Really boring, huh? It's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't find.
I liked the build up. I liked the stories. I enjoyed it, but I'm also a huge Brad Pitt fan. So
yeah, it's one of those movies that it kind of unfolds like an onion. You get a little bit of information at a time, like he does. Like the character, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He has no clue. All the other characters seem to know kind of what's going on. Everyone has a little bit of some piece of information. Then everybody finds out at the end, right? So.
All right. Thanks so much, and tune in next time.
All right. Bye.